Hello and welcome to Taekwondo Training. I'll be instructor for today's show, Bob Lemire. All right, today what we're going to do is some basic exercises I do every week. This week we're going to do extension to get more extension, more distance on your kicks. I'm going to do 3 kicks. I'm going to do a front snap kick, side thrust kick, and a front round kick, all basic. And I'm going to show you how, if you don't extend, how the distance you're going to get, and if you do extend. All right? It's very simple to learn how to extend a kick. And I'm talking to get maybe a foot more. Now, when you're in the heat of things, or you're in competition, whatever, you want as much distance from your partner as you can to be able to hit them. So this way, or to strike them. This way, I'm gonna show you, and you'll get some more, a little more speed, all right, and a little more power with these extensions because your body is turning in a different direction. What we do is we stretch. Make sure you stretch first. What we do is, say we're going to start off with a front snap kick. Right? I'm going to use a chair right here so that you can, show you how you can do it at home and not lose your balance trying to figure this out. When we throw a front snap kick, okay, and I'm going to start from a fighting stance. You know a fighting stance, almost like walking, shoulder width apart. All right, nice. Everything's bent, everything's loose. When you throw a front snap kick, look at my anchored foot, my left foot. Right, I'm throwing a front snap kick. And I'm leaving that foot straight. All right, that's no extension at all. All right, so that's going to give me a kick. I can throw a kick, keeping my foot straight like that. I've lost a little distance and a little more power and speed. And I'm going to show you why. With the extension, is what we do is when we're going to throw the kick. All right, so I threw my front snap kick. This way. But what I want to do is pivot on that anchored foot, my left foot. I want to pivot into the kick and still throw the kick. So here's a kick without it, right? And here's a kick with it. You see the difference? All right? So without it, I'm here, and with it, I've added another foot. And also, once you start getting that pivot, your hip job goes into your kick more, and you get more speed, all right? If you're new and you're saying, what's he talking about? I'm going to explain it a little more. A good way to practice it, so I'm standing in a left fighting stance. A good way to practice your hip or your pivot and to get your hip and your whole body moving into that direction is just, without a kick, you pick your leg up, and we call this a chamber, right? So when you chamber, you're getting ready for the kick. I like the chamber high, real high, and Grandmaster Lee, my instructor, would push that. Because if we started a front snap kick down here, you're not going to get the height, and you're not going to get what you should get out of a nice straight front snap kick. So we chamber, all right? All right, I'm chambering, and I'm not pivoting. All right, so do 10 of those, each side. You always do to each side, all right? Get both parts of your body working together. If you only do one side and you only do your strong side, you're going to start developing muscles and start having problems because your back, your hips, everything is developing on one side and not developing on the other side. Now you're going to be off-centered. That's why we always do right and left. You make that a habit. 10 right, 10 left, 100 right, 100 left, it doesn't matter. Keep it consistent. Your left or your weak side, your non-dominant side might be it's weak, and you're saying, no, I don't like doing that, but you have to, and it'll get stronger. All right, so your left fighting stance, straight, up, down. Your chamber, kick, back, and down. Notice I come back with the chamber. I don't just kick and drop. Sometimes, new students will do this. They go kick and boom, boom, all right? Gravity just puts you down. Now you're wide open. You kick, and you come right back. Look at it. Kick, front snap, and back. When you throw that front snap, I got sneakers on, try to kick with the pointy part. If you don't have sneakers on or shoes, curl your toes back so you're not kicking with your toes. All right, so we're here. Kick, all right? Now we've done 10 each side. Now, without kicking, all right, what I'm doing is I'm lifting my heel, then I'm pivoting on the ball of my foot, all right? So I'm lifting, and I'm not kicking. I'm just trying to get the feel, all right? Same thing with the other side. See how it's going? It's just, all All right? You want to use the chair. All right? Up. By doing that, just those exercises, great workout, what you're going to do is you're going to start getting the feel. Now that means your hip will extend, which will give you another foot of distance. Boy, that's a lot when you're fighting. So instead of stopping here, I hit. All right? So that's what we call pivot. All right? So you practice, always keep your hands up, and then back and then down. All right? Up. See? And then I can land, have the foot landed, all right? But I'm way out. Try to extend it out, all right? Extend it out. You can even move back a little. Extend it out. That's what we call pivot, all right? So there's a little more distance. And that's just your front snap kick. That's a pretty easy kick. That's probably the first kick most schools, I know our school, first kick you're going to learn is the front snap kick, all right? And as I say, when you're not used to it, or if you're older, or you have any kind of balance problem and you're nervous, grab a chair. Don't put any weight on the chair. You're here. Now, this acts like a tripod, you know what I'm saying? It's like, it's going to keep you straight. You don't want to be bending like this. A lot of times people kick and they're bent way over. Try to avoid that. They're trying to get some more height. When you start off, just go midsection, all right? And that's all I try to do here. I try not to get too fancy here. If people see me doing fancy technique, they're going to just say, I can't do that. But if I go basic all the time, you work with the basic. All higher technique is you putting your basic technique and then throwing in combinations or get speed with it. But you have to have your basics. And that's in any sport. You know that. All right, so you're in a fighting stance. And then back. Kick and back. Hold. Kick and back. Look at how easy I'm making that. You're going to have to pick your heel up a little. If not, you're grinding into the ground. You don't want to grind into the ground because you're not going to be able to. So it's this. All right, that's pretty easy. All right, it looks easy, but all right, and to keep your balance is another thing. That's why you can use a chair. Front snap kick. That was easy enough. Side thrust kick is going to be the same thing. I'm going to throw a side thrust kick to the side. I'm not going to pivot. I'm just throwing it and kick. Again, hands up. Want to hold the chair? That's fine. Hold the chair. Pick your leg up. Now look at, I'm in chamber. When I say chamber, I like to go midsection on my chamber. I don't want to chamber down here. I like to get it midsection. Some people can go a little higher. Some people can't get that high. It's up to your hip, okay, and your stretching ability. But you want to at least try to get at least up to your belt if you can, all right? So you practice. Look at it. And always practice the first move, basic. Up, boom, up, kick, and down. Notice I chambered, kicked, chambered again, and down. Up, kick, chamber, and down. I didn't pivot. All right? So watch the distance. All right? Now watch the distance. All right? Now watch when I... All right? Notice I'm getting at least 8 inches to a foot. All right? I'm not bending way down. So if you can only kick midsection or low section, still do it and back. Do both sides. All right? Up. Up. No, and if you don't pivot, that's fine. You're not going to get the distance. That's all. All right? So if I throw a kick, no pivot, it's a nice kick. All right? Up. All right? Now, see how easy that was? It was good. One little flip. But that went from here to here. All right? Here to here. Excuse me. Basic, but a lot of people don't do it. They never even practice that, right? Their whole life or if someone doesn't tell you certain things, a higher rank or instructor, you're just not going to do it unless you pick it up on your own. Great thing is information today is much different from information when I was training. There was no phones. There was no computers back in the day. Your instructor was your instructor. All right, and it wasn't on TV. They didn't have taekwondo shows or martial arts shows on TV. They didn't have that. Now you have it all over your phone, all over your computer. Hey, taekwondo, boom, you got thousands of them. This will be my 34th year, or this is my 34th year of doing this show. 1990 I started. I'm pushing for 35 years for next year. So this show's been going on through Pelham TV and Draker TV for that many years. 1990 we started. All right. Either practice this way or practice this way. All right. And if you don't have a chair, you use a wall, all right? Or you could use the refrigerator. Well, you need a lot of room. Or a partner. Someone stand there and you just hold their arm. I don't want you to fall. A lot of times people are, whoa, and all of a sudden they trip. No, I don't want you to hurt yourself. So you can use a prop here. You can use a chair. All right, so one more time. Hands up. Side thrust, no pivot. Side thrust, no pivot. Now, side thrust, pivot. Side thrust, pivot. All right. As you do this, you're going to notice as you pivot, you're going to get a little more power. The reason is because now you're going further. And the fastest you throw this kick, as fast as you throw the kick, you're picking up distance. Right? It's not a short kick. Like if I throw a very short kick, I didn't get much power. But when it's long, I'm extending it out. All right? So that's your side thrust. Side thrust, same thing. If you were doing a side thrust to the front or fighting, all right, and you were, all right, that's how you pivot. Because you couldn't do a side thrust without pivoting, all right, to the front. Try it. You can't because your foot's here, your body's not a pretzel, all right? So here, all right, and then down. And down. All right, ready? And back. Up. When you pivot, you can come down to the front, or you can kick and come back right back to your fighting stance. It's up to the distance that you need when you're fighting your opponent or whatever object you're hitting. And it's good to practice with a pad, heavy bag, whatever you're hitting, to practice different distances. All right? Give yourself a certain distance and try to extend. All right? Try to practice so that you can reach your maximum distance and speed and power at will, all right? So that if you need a shot kick, you just throw a shot kick if he's that close to you, all right? That's just a lot of practice. All right, so that's pretty easy. That's front stab kick, side thrust kick, two basic, that's what we start with in Taekwondo. Now, if, the next kick, I'm going to do a front round kick. It could be I'm going to show you a front round kick and a 45 angle kick, 45 kick. But somebody else might show you different kicks. This is what we try to do is keep with the three basic kicks right here. But when you're doing a front snap kick, it's so close to doing a push kick. Right? Same thing with the hip. So instead of snapping out, you're up, getting that chamber, and you're pushing. And as I'm pushing, I'm turning at the same time. So my front snap, I turn at the same time my front snap goes out. I don't go up and turn and then kick. It all happens simultaneously together, all right? And that's where the power is, all right? So front snap or push kick. Push kick's almost front snap, but you're hitting with the heel, right? You're coming up and you're pushing out. And for this snapping, you're pushing out. But it's got the same idea. And you can push with keeping your foot there, straight, or you can push with your front round kick. All right, so front round kick, or 45, which is a low type of, well, I won't say that. I'm not going to say that. A 45 comes up in a 45-degree angle. Front round kick, the way we do it, is a 90-degree angle. It's going to be the same type of theory, so that's why I'm putting them together. So say we're doing a front round kick. All right, hold. See, to do a front round kick, you can do a front round kick without pivoting. But again, almost like the side thrust kick, you're fighting yourself. You're turning into your body, look at, with the foot straight. You can do it fast, or a 45 would be even better. 45, see, it's just a 45 is coming up. Front snap here, 45-degree angle. Front round kick, 90-degree angle. when I say 90 degree from your body to the floor. Right? That's the degree of the 90 degree I'm talking about. So if I go here without front round kick, without pivoting, and believe me, I pivot all the time. So not to do it's tough. I'm holding back. I'm fighting back because I know that's not how I do. I do my front round kick. And I'm pivoting and kicking at the same time and down. You're pivoting, all right? You're pivoting and kicking. My pivot ends as my kick hits this target, all right? You say, wow, that comes together. So the way to practice, all right, come up, and you say, well, you're already pivoted. No, I'm almost fully pivoted here, but as I kick, I'm almost putting that heel straight into towards my opponent or my target, all right? But to practice, all right, just to get, see how my foot, see how what I'm talking about, a 90-degree angle with my leg, all right, and my balancing leg, my kicking leg comes in a 90-degree angle. That's a 90-degree angle. So if you practice, as I'm turning my hip, all right, and I'm on my foot, and I'm trying to get that spin. I'm trying to get that little spin. I'm gaining power and speed, all right, and I get the distance, especially if I'm going to go for his head, all right, down there, all right. Again, very important, after you throw the kick, chamber back. Either come here into a fighting stance or come back into your fighting stance. When you throw a kick, you get back into the fighting stance. All right? My mic is bouncing around here. So, practice that slowly in the mirror or with a partner, and if they see something wrong, then you're fine. Then you're getting it down. All right? And use a prop. Don't bend too much. I don't want you to bend and hurt yourself on this chair either. You're barely holding on to it. You're just kind of just using it for balance. You don't have it, you might lose balance. You have it. You don't want to get addicted to it either. So you practice till you start getting stronger. And I mean people who might be worried about losing their balance. People don't know. A lot of times people see me kick and they go, boy, that don't look that hard. Until they get down there and try to do it, and all of a sudden they're flying around. It's not as easy as it looks for your balance, because you're not just only staying on one foot. What you do is go home and stay on one foot and see how long you can last, and you fall. Now you're on one foot and you're throwing a kick. Then you're supposed to come back and get ready. So there's a lot involved, especially for a brand new student. And just practice, both sides. All right, you practice. All right, look at I'm getting that pivot. We call it a pivot. I'm pivoting on my right and my left. Up in the ball of your foot, and you turn. Now, you're saying, well, he ain't going that high, which I'm not. I barely pick up my foot, but I get it up enough off the ground. All right? Because you can't, look at it. If my foot's down and I keep my heel down, I can't turn it. I have to come up a little. All right? Practice, loosen it up. That's why you really want to stretch before you do these exercises, because of the fact that now you're doing things with your body you're not used to. Your muscles aren't used to going in that direction. That's how you can, they say pull a muscle. Well, you can stretch a muscle and you can tear a muscle. You can pull a muscle, but it's usually the stretching and the tearing. And that usually happens, in the areas where it's hard, it's really hard to heal. So, you try to keep yourself nice and warm and try it nice and loose. When you're practicing these 10 right, 10 left, please do both sides. All right, 10 right, 10 left on everything you do, and you'll get so used to that and have it embedded in your head. If I do 10 punches, I need 10 punches on my right and my left. 10 knife hands, 10 knife hands. Your body will work together, and you'll build. If you only did the right, my muscles here, and everything would be ready. And this guy would be all loose and atrophy. All right? So we don't want that. We want to keep our whole body. And that way, you can fight right and left. One side will be more powerful maybe, but you can still move. And the side that's not as powerful is still powerful, but it's going to not be as strong. Some people have ambidextrous nature, and they're almost even. I don't. I'm a righty, so everything with power would always go on my right, but I still practice my left. And then I found when you injure yourself, say your right gets injured, but you're still training. Now you got to learn how to throw a good kick on your left strong, and that might build up over time while this is healing to be a stronger leg. That's what happens sometimes, you know. Well, that's good for the pivoting and the extension. All right, that's kind of easy. What I want to do for the next 5 minutes, we're almost done. That's how fast this show goes. And I've done this before. I'd like to each show kind of end, if I can, with acupressure points to relieve pain and to help you out with your body. A lot of people aren't too familiar with acupressure. Acupressure's sort of like acupuncture. Everyone knows acupuncture with the needles. And I don't think we want to start throwing needles into our body. So what we do is we use our hands, our fingers, or body parts to put pressure on certain other body parts to alleviate pain, all right, or to help reduce stress. Or there's a number of things that acupressure does. I'm a skeptic until I know and I try things, and I've tried this on my knee, and I had a meniscus years ago, taken out and stuff. It's still very good shape, but it hurts sometimes. If I want it a long time, gets real tight and stiff, I can feel a little pain. Try this. Make a fist, come up. See where your elbow is, or see where this line is between, your forearm and your bicep, right there. Go down that and press. I'll press with your thumb. All right. Now, my left knee is the knee that bothers me. If I press here with my thumb, right there at the bottom where that is, and I press for a minute or 2 minutes, and I try to go a little to the left and a little to the right, and I keep going, and I keep massaging and pressing pretty good, the pain goes away. Unless I did it and it happened, I wouldn't believe. I'd say, all right, yeah, but it does. It's unbelievable, and I know everyone either has knee pains or back pains or whatever. There's acupressure on your hands and your arms that'll go through. They call it the parasympathetic nervous system. Your vagus nerves goes through stimulates your brain waves or whatever they want to call it. I'm not going to be too scientific about it, but that goes to the certain spot. So certain parts of your body go to other certain parts of your body to help relieve the pain. And it'll relieve it for a good half hour to an hour. So you do it again. Instead of popping aspirin, you do it again. If you have major problems, you really have to see a doctor because maybe they have to fix the problem. But I'm talking here and there. You did something that you're not used to doing. Now you got knee problems. Your knees are sore. Your left leg, your left knee, you press right here, and you really press right there, right? And go a little to the left, a little to the right, and just press. The pain goes away. Another one for the same thing. Here's your palm right here, 3 fingers down, right there, all right? All right, on your wrist. Press that area. Press it really good. Press it nice and tight. Yeah, just push in. You're going to feel it. It's going to be, all right? Do that for a minute. Come down, probably an inch. Press down here. All right? Come down after another minute, down here. That's going to kind of help the same thing. All right? And the next one, which is kind of an easy one, where your knuckle is, all right? So your finger right here. The middle knuckle, give that a massage, all right? Massage that, all right? Massage both sides of that. And do all your knuckles. Boy, you're going to find how you can alleviate pain just by acupressure. Google it, YouTube it. They're all over the place. I love them. And they got different point of views. It's an ancient art, 3,000 years, and they've been practicing this and studying it and finding different, you do something that long, you get it down, and they got meridians and they got charts, all right? I'm just going to try to show you 1 or 2 a week. But for martial artists, this is gold. It really is gold. So here, press, all right? Right here, 3 fingers down, or you'll find the spot, press right there, right in the middle. You'll feel it, all right? A little tendon in there. Go down here. What that does, neurotransmitters goes down, that's where it ends up. When you're sitting down watching TV, your favorite show every night, getting ready for bed. Most people do. Watch the news, it doesn't matter. They're sitting there for an hour. They're sitting there for 2 hours. They're trying to unwind, go to bed. Instead of just sitting there doing nothing, right? Practice that. But your hands, both hands, and if you, as I say, you Google this, you'll see the charts. Your hands, if you massage your hands every spot, you're hitting almost every spot of your body where you're relaxing everything. All right, and I'm almost done, but I had a big meeting at work one day, and it was an hour long, and hundreds of people. I says, well, while I'm here listening to this meeting, I'm gonna just keep doing all my acupressure all over my hand. All right, within 20 minutes, I'm starting to get woozy, going, what? It's like, why am I so tired? I'm getting tired, and I kept going. I didn't realize what I was doing. All of a sudden, I realized I'm relaxing my whole body with these acupressure points. I had to stop so that I didn't fall asleep, all right? But it just relaxes and it soothes your whole body, almost will get rid of any ache. There's points all over your body. I just went through a couple. But your hands, if you stay and watch TV and you press your thumb, your thumb like this, real tight, it's going to relax you. It's going to relax you till you're going to feel like going to sleep. That's all the time we had tonight. Hope you enjoyed the show. You can catch the show on drakettv.org. It's on YouTube. Taekwondo Grandmaster Bob Lemire. You'll see a lot of the shows we've done over the last 2 years. I hope you have enjoyed the show. Practice. Make sure you take your time. All right? We don't get hurt. Once you get hurt, that means you can't train. We want to train the next day. All right? Till next time, have fun and train hard.